Mi gente, I'm gonna need you to stop telling people your whole entire life story. Do you know that actually talking bad about yourself to people, or quite frankly, sometimes talking always good about yourself, those are the things that you shouldn't be doing? You need to stop telling people about yourself. Stop inviting people into your life the way you do. Stop opening up yourself to giving information to someone who is going to turn around and talk about you through their perspective. Because remember this, whenever you live life and you make a mistake, or you live life and you've given a certain ordeal in your life that really didn't pan out the way you expected it to, those are moments that you're supposed to learn from and grow from, right? So if you've been around people who were around you during those moments when you were falling and you were making mistakes, and now you're a changed person, you don't owe anybody an explanation for who you are today. You get to choose to be different, not the way you were yesterday. You get to choose to not have to explain yourself to anybody. And you definitely get to choose to learn how to and continue to self-love, self-first, over anything and everything. Why? It's not about being selfish, must I remind you. It's about choosing you first so that you can learn yourself, learn how to master thyself, learn how to be the better self, and learn how to self-love self first. When you choose you, it's not about being selfish. And I have to say this again because there was a lot of people years ago who would always look at a person that would choose themselves and call them selfish. And I don't think those people even understood the definition of what it is to be selfish. When you're protecting yourself, when you're protecting your space, and you know that you're doing your best even when no one is looking, because I got to point that part out. When you are doing your best even when no one is looking, and you're learning how to see your true value, your grace, you don't owe an explanation to anyone. And that's one of the best parts of it, because it's nothing to talk about, right? So again, I'm going to need you to learn how to stop talking about yourself to people. Stop telling everybody about what your past had, because technically all you're really doing, let's really be quite frank, you're gossiping. And you're giving fuel to someone who's going to possibly use that against you. Because remember, things that are negative, for some reason, why is it that people just choose to stick to that story? But those beautiful moments, it is hard for someone to give you a compliment. So if you're around someone, 333 was just on my screen. When you're around someone who's giving you a compliment, someone who sincerely means that, and they see the beauty of who you are today, not who you were yesterday, pay attention. Pay attention. And definitely pay attention to those that come out and say negative thoughts. Don't make excuses for these people. Don't do it. You're doing yourself a disjustice by making excuses for someone who has the nerve to come out of their mouth and say something underhandedly. Because those underhanded moments are just showing you who that person really truly is. They're never going to tell you that they're jealous of you. They're not. But if you know how to listen to your intuition, if you know how to tap into self-love, self-first, unapologetically, I always have an issue saying that word for some reason, unapologetically, when you move on that frequency and you just vibe off of who you are, a lot of people will be jealous. And when there's people who work off of ego, They're not going to tell you that they're jealous. Just listen to the way they speak. Listen to who they are around you. Listen to what they're talking about. Listen to when they start speaking about you, the things that they say. You understand? And yeah, you have those who will fakingly give you a compliment. It's rare though, because they don't like complimenting you. They do see the beauty in you. They do see your aura. They can see what you're worth before you even know it. And in those moments when they see that, a lot of times people don't like to give you compliments. Don't worry about them. That's not for you to hone on these people and give them your attention. Your attention should strictly be on you. And move, flow, go. Don't apologize for who you are. Don't pipe it down for anyone. Do it with love though. I gotta remind you, do it with love. Don't do it to be boasting and throwing it in people's faces, but do not hide yourself either. So there's a thin line in that, and I know it sounds awkwardly like you don't want me to shine in front of them, but you also want me to trust and believe the process. Be yourself is all I gotta say. Be yourself, be your true self, but don't hide being your true self. And as long as you're being your true self when it comes from love, instead of doing it vindictively, you'll be fine. Because when you're trying to make someone feel small, then you're operating on their frequency. You're not operating off of your authentic frequency. You understand? Because the vibes are for you to be self-loving, self-first, authentically, and in love. All right? So I digress from all this. Self-love, self-first at all times. Ciao.